Lexi DIY and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are celebrating hitting 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so thank you so much if you have subscribed to my channel. I truly appreciate it. If you don't know who this is, I'm sure you do. This is my husband, Dustin, and there was a lot of questions for both of us, so he is hanging out here going to answer some questions for the Q&A with me. So, are you ready to get into these questions?
I'm so ready.
Okay, the first question is from Cynthia, and she says, do you guys have college degrees? Do you guys have paying jobs outside of YouTube? Also, great job on 100K subscribers. I'm new a month ago and really love watching your projects. Well, thank you for your questions, Cynthia. And yeah, so we actually both do not have a college education. I went to the University of Louisville and I studied early childhood education, and I dropped out and followed this man. Do you want to talk about your college stuff?
So if you don't know, I'm in the military, so I've done like some online classes here and there since they paid for it anyways. Just figured might as well, but I didn't finish it at all. I done one semester and that was it, and it was all online. So
he also has a business. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I have a clothing brand, Humbling Elevations. If you don't know, check it out. Oh, Humbling Elevations is just like a clothing brand that we decided to start, and then like I looked into screen printing, thought it was really cool, and then we just started making everything ourselves. Like we would order some blank shirts and just start getting ink on them, and yeah.
Yeah, we have like a lot of ideas, but it's really expensive to get like a bunch of different samples and to get things customized and make sure that you're getting a good size range. So we're kind of like in the glow up process with it for sure, but we've come a long way. Mainly Dustin. It's Dustin's baby, but I just help like design some stuff here and there. This is from Dragons Are Cool Q&A. How did you first get into renovating? Is it something you've always been interested in? Any tips or guidance for people who are completely or fairly new to it and aren't sure where to start or what to learn from? Thanks so much. I'm a new subscriber in the past month or two, and I'm really enjoying your content. I can't wait to see how the house develops. Thank you for your question. Also, I'm really sorry I struggle to read. Yeah, so I've been interested in renovating since I was like 12 years old. I would be watching HGTV. Honestly, my mom got so sick of me and my dad watching HGTV. She'd be like, this again? And I'd be like,
yes, Property Brothers.
So I mean, I didn't really have any intentions or thoughts of doing this really, but whenever Lexi and I started talking and dating, she would, as she just said, watch HGTV, and we'd have it on for hours, and like at that time I was having a hard time sleeping, so I would just watch it literally all night long. And then I was like, we could definitely do this. So
yeah,
it wasn't planned at all, but I enjoy it now.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. But what I would say to somebody who is just like starting out and interested in this field, you can literally learn anything from YouTube. Ironic, because you're watching this video on YouTube right now. But for real, YouTube University is how we've learned everything, and just educating yourself as you go along. And sometimes, honestly, like just doing it and then making a huge mistake. Like, I can't tell you how much I've learned just from going into it like, oh, I totally know what I'm doing. And then I'm like, no, I don't. But now I do. So like, just start with small projects so that you can build your confidence, and then start going for like the scarier stuff, like a bathroom renovation, which... Question is from CAAU. How would you say that?
Ka-o.
I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I just said your name wrong. But where can I find a wide and cheap variety of tiles? I'm redoing my laundry room and bathroom. Thank you. Well, thank you for your question, and that's really exciting. So I have a few tips, and you might think it's kind of interesting. One, Facebook Marketplace is a really good place to look for tiles, because oftentimes people will change their mind on projects, or they like way overestimated the amount that they needed. So they will sell their building materials that they didn't use for a cheaper price than they got them just because they want to get rid of them on Facebook Marketplace. So I would definitely recommend checking there. I would also recommend, if you have a Habitat for Humanity anywhere near you, they do have like a wide variety of tiles because people donate their, sometimes it's used, but the tiles aren't used. They're like excess building materials there, and so you can get them for really affordable. The only struggle with those two things is trying to find like the proper amount of tile. But honestly, Home Depot, Lowe's, and Floor & Decor have really good selections of tiles. Floor & Decor, it's weird, it's either really pricey or not pricey at all, but they have the biggest selection of tiles that we had access to. This is from D Nice, and do you know what section of the house you're going to renovate next? Okay, so this is a really great question. I do have a few ideas. So since I hit 100K, I think it's only fitting that I redo my office next. Because hopefully, I'll be getting my silver play button from YouTube here shortly, and I would really love to display it and just have a proper setup for a studio. Right now, me and Dustin are just sitting against this wall with this art piece that I made, which I'll touch on later because I know there's a question about it. He's sitting on a stool and I'm sitting on my computer chair, so it's just definitely not like your proper YouTuber setup, which is totally fine. It works for us. But yeah, I think the office, I might need to clear out our garage first though, and maybe do the front porch. So it's gonna be one of those three things, but the next big like actual renovation will be to my office. This one is from Joyful Cooking, and it's, what is your favorite decor style? Dustin's laughing because
I love your answer to this.
have such a weird like mix of things that I'm not really sure how to describe it, but if I had to describe it, it would be like crystal garden, organic, modern, transitional. With
I love it.
With a little bit of eclectic. Mid-century modern. I like basically all styles except rustic. Like, I'm not a rustic fan. I do like bringing like warm wood elements in, but not like super rustic at all. This one is from Jade, and she asks, what are your favorite projects you've done for the Hot Mess House renovation? So my favorite project that we've done that's completed would be the laundry room, because honestly, it's the only room that is fully done. The kitchen, there's still some stuff that is not like fully done with it, and it will be getting like a complete overhaul once the walls are down. But that was a huge transformation. So happy to have done that, but I would say the laundry room was better for me, but I think that will change as soon as this bathroom's done.
I think so as well.
Yeah, so which one is your favorite?
So the master bathroom floor isn't finished yet. Like, it's supposed to be like grouted and sealed and all that, and like the bathroom itself isn't finished, but that floor is so good looking.
And they
like,
haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god, it is seriously my favorite for sure. Like, otherwise it would probably be the laundry room floor specifically, because like it turned out great.
Yeah.
It looks super fantastic. But this bathroom floor is everything. I love that floor. I'm so excited to see that grouted and sealed. That's chef's kiss.
Okay, the next question is from Gabby Price, and she asks, did you do anything to promote your YouTube channel in the beginning as it grew incredibly fast? Congratulations on 100K subscribers, by the way. I'm so happy for you, and I love the series. I like seeing non-professionals completing renovations. It gives me motivation to do it myself, so thank you. Well, thank you. That's really sweet. Yeah, so I am really excited to talk about this because I've been considering starting a second channel that has to do with how to grow your social media and how to use it for your business or just whatever. you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to become like an influencer, I hate that word, content creator, I like that word better. Or maybe you just have a small business, or maybe you just want to like grow your following for funsies. So yeah, I'm considering starting a YouTube channel on that. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in it, because I'm probably gonna do it. But one huge tip I can give on YouTube is 1, be super consistent. 2, if you're not uploading YouTube shorts, you definitely should be. But I have a lot of other tips in general about social media, so I'd be happy to share. Let me know if you guys would want to see those videos here dedicated on just my Lexi DIY channel, or if you guys think I should create a separate channel. So let me know. I'm not sure.
All the promotion was word of mouth. Never like paid promotion or anything like that.
Yeah,
I
didn't do any paid promotion. The next question is from Whitney Evans, and it says, this may have already been asked because it's a pretty simple question, but what is the hardest part of the hot mess house renovation? Is it more the renovating or the social media? So that's a really great question, because a lot of times people think that the social media aspect of it is like so easy. They're like, you're just filming it all and putting it on the internet. No. It's a lot of work, and I would say that actually the social media is undoubtedly the hardest part. I want you guys to imagine something. Imagine you're doing a project that you have no really idea what you're doing. You're learning it for the first time, and you're having to set up your phone and your camera for YouTube. So your phone for TikTok, your camera for YouTube, and then switching out SD cards and batteries dying in the middle of your project that you're learning. It gets super frustrating, and then just like editing all of that on top of it is like so much work. I don't think people oftentimes realize how hard like we work. Because Dustin also has a YouTube channel, and he works full-time in the Navy, and he helps me with my renovation. So go subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'll plug it here.
She works her tail off nonstop.
Thanks, buddy.
No, I'm serious.
I know. He works his tail off, too. Yeah. How do you afford to do all this? You guys must be extreme savers. I mean, you're doing budget renovations and most of it yourselves, but geez, wedding, house, renovations, I'm so happy for you, but you have to share your secrets. Love watching your videos. Not only is it all turning out amazing, but you make it all seem so simple even when the curveballs get thrown at you. You have a wonderful attitude. Edit. Okay, your husband works for the Navy. LOL. Yeah, so it's actually really funny. We did not save up any money to do this, so
extreme saver is not the case.
We had a little bit saved up, but all of that it was only like a few $1,000s, and literally all of it went out the door when we couldn't move in on our anticipated date because we had to get hotels.
For weeks and weeks.
Yeah. Basically, we had no money saved up to do this, and we still don't. Literally, all of the money that I make from like TikTok and YouTube, for the most part, is going into these renovations and getting myself some new clothes. But, and then whatever is left over from Dustin's check, like we literally do it check by check. It's actually kind of insane.
And look at what we can fit into that check.
I would say my biggest tip on just how to do that is buy like materials as you go. You don't need to fully finish everything at one time. You guys see the kitchen or the bathroom or everything getting done at one time, but what you don't see, and that's just because I have to put it all in a video, what you don't see is us like, okay, well, we have $500 left, and like, for the month, so let's go and get this and this and this, and then it's like whatever brand deals I get on top of that, which have been coming in a lot more recently, which is so helpful, is what we use. So yeah. We're not extreme savers. The next question is from Annie. So we'll go with the first one first, and then we'll see what we can get to. Did you expect Hot Mess House Renovations to do as well as it did when you posted the first video? So that's a really good question, and I'm wondering if you mean on TikTok or YouTube, because on TikTok, I did expect it to do good. I mean, I didn't expect it to blow up the way that it did. I think that my first video has like, the first Hot Mess House definitely has over 1 million views. I'm not sure how many. I'll put a screenshot here. So I knew that the video would do good because it would get pushed out to my followers, but I didn't know how good. It's insane. It's been like life-changing, so no, I did not expect it to do that well, but I'm very happy that it did. What kind of dogs do you have? So we have 2 pit bulls and a chihuahua.
One of the pitties is special needs, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Miss Penelope. She has IBDD.
Yes. I could do a whole video on that, so let me know. How is Rick the Brick doing? Rick is doing good. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, show your appreciation, Rick!
He's doing great. He's living his best life. He's so happy that we threw that old abusive toilet that they put him in out of the bathroom. And he's living his best life. So
What a good brick.
he is a good brick. Did you originally plan to record the whole house makeover? Answer, absolutely we did. At this point, I was already starting, I was like a part-time content creator. So technically I was doing it full-time, but I wasn't making like really any money. And I also had another job at the time. So yeah, I did intend to film it, but I didn't know that it would necessarily become my full-time job so quickly. So yeah.
Thankful it did, though.
Yes, very. What's both of your zodiac signs? You guys are gonna be like, wow, your house must be insane. I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm an Aries.
So a lot of fire going on in this house. Are there any DIY videos you have posted and hated the DIY? Ooh,
I'm ready for the shade.
Tea! Oh.
You definitely done some things that have been like, I hate this, I don't want to post this.
Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there was one that I was like, I hate this, and it went like mega viral.
Yeah.
It got like 3 million views on it or something. It was a while ago. I haven't posted anything that I like hated recently, but
A long time.
yeah, in a long time, because I feel like I'm getting better at it, and like also I'm getting a little bit ahead on my content, not much at all. There have been a few Dollar Tree DIYs where I was like, I hate this. But I was like, I have to post it, and then those are usually the videos that like, it's never the videos I think.
She does scrap a lot of them if she doesn't like it before she gets too far.
Yeah.
That happens, specifically when we lived at our old house, there were a lot that got scrapped halfway through.
How long have you and Dustin been married?
Going on 6 years.
Yeah.
2015 is when we got married in a courthouse. 2020 is when we had our actual full wedding ceremony. The best day of our lives.
Yes, it was the best day ever. Like, I love that day so much. But yeah, we've been married for going on 6 years now. It's crazy. And
I gotta go.
And we got married after dating for only 6 months. So, fun fact about that. Okay, this is from Hannah, and she says, honestly, how much do you fight during these projects? My husband and I redid our basement flooring together, and while we had a blast and can laugh looking back on it, we had a few arguments about measurements and placement. We fight a lot. But it's always about like the dumbest stuff. I'm just like, why'd you put the screwdriver there? We get sassy when things are taking way too long.
No, we don't really fight like that. Like,
yeah,
in regards to anything.
Like
typically.
we bicker.
Yes.
But we don't really like fight. I don't actually think we've gotten into like a big fight about the renovations. Like we've gotten into like little arguments that were like, don't talk to me. But that's about it. This one is from Andrea, and she said, I'm so happy to be one of the 100,000 who realize you are awesome. Loving these videos. Do you regret any of the renos that you have done, or would you do something different knowing what you know now? Oh, do I have a story for you? Yes. I don't necessarily regret anything that we've done, but there are things that I would do different, like going back. One is we would have bought the beams for this house to take down the walls a long time ago. That's been a major point of contention right now because they didn't have the materials. We need a 30-foot beam and then two like 15-foot beams, I think, or maybe even 20-foot beams. It's a lot of beams. They're very expensive. Because the price of lumber is so high, and also it's just like a lot of labor. And they're all structural. So I wish that we would have bought those and just like put it on our credit card at the time, because literally we're like, okay, we're getting Dustin's bonus in like 2 weeks. We're just gonna wait to buy it because we didn't necessarily have all the cash to buy it on hand. And then within those 2 weeks, everything went to crap, and the whole lumber market was like even more insane than it already is. And they, not only was it going to be more expensive, but they didn't even know when they were going to be able to get it to us. And we still don't know. Megan asks, I'm curious to know if you guys were originally shopping for a fixer-upper when you were looking for a home, or if you guys saw this house and its potential and it became the one. Did you have any renovation experience before this? So we were shopping for a fixer-upper. We knew that we wanted to do that. I was like, Dustin, the housing market is crazy. We weren't super in love with our neighborhood because we won't get into that. I can do a story time on that if you guys are interested. And we're like, we need to sell this house. Like I was like, I can't live here anymore, because when he would be gone for duty, which is like usually once a week, I was like scared to be there by myself. Like that's how bad it was getting. And so we knew that we wanted to live in like a more, like just in a different neighborhood, which would inevitably be more money. And we knew that we couldn't afford a fully done house. But we also kind of took that as the opportunity, because we had talked about flipping houses. We had talked about renovating a house. We never necessarily thought it was going to be the one that we were living in, which has really brought it to a whole new level. But, and we definitely weren't looking for something that needed this much work. We weren't looking to take down any walls. We were just looking for like cosmetic changes, because I knew that we could do that. And then we found this house, and I remember the first time that we walked through it, seeing Dustin's face, he was like a deer in headlights. Okay, Ellie said, I love your videos. I was wondering what your least favorite part of the whole renovation process. Honestly, living in it. Like, living in a renovation zone is really difficult. I think once we get the garage together, and have more of our, like, it's more organized in here and in there, and we can actually have space to kind of breathe, because right now there's just renovation stuff everywhere. That will help, but living in a renovation zone is no joke. We literally don't even use our stove.
No. Not once, and we've been here since January.
It's like halfway broken, but that's a story for another time. The Melanin Builder asks, I can't wait to see the end result. Do you guys know how you're going to fix the top borders that are showing for the shower? I'm presuming. And then what will be your next project in the home? So we already talked on like what would be our next project. So I'll kind of leave that to that question. But yes, we have figured out how we're going to fix the tile at the top of the shower. We got these really cool marble crown moldings, and they're gonna go at the top. They're like tiles. Do you want to go grab one? Because they're actually really good. So
Are they?
thank you. Yeah, so these are going to be at the top. It's wrapped in plastic still, so we don't scratch it up, but it's marble and it looks like crown molding. It's really cool. So that's what it's gonna be.
We got it from Lowe's?
Home Depot. They had some at Floor & Decor, but they were really freaking expensive.
Literally double the price.
Lillian said, so inspiring to renovate your home. Do you think it's cheaper than buying a house move-in ready? Okay, so this is a really great question, and I think that it depends on a lot of things. One is your area. Two is just like the general housing market. Three is how much time do you have? And four is what do you consider move-in ready? Because I think that for us, like in this neighborhood, it was absolutely cheaper to buy and put our like sweat equity into it than to buy like, I don't even know, I'd have to think how much we could sell this house for, or if we bought this house and it was like fully updated with everything that we wanted to do, I feel like it probably would have cost us like at least another $100,000.
Yeah.
I am loving your video series and always looking forward to the next renovation update. Would you please talk about gray toned wall decor visible in the background of your introductions and closing your video? Thank you. And that is from Karen. I actually made this piece of yarn art, and I made it with mainly stuff from Dollar Tree. I actually filmed the entire process, and it was a mess, but it looks really good. It needs to be combed out a little now, but yeah, totally worth it. And that video is coming soon. When? I don't know. Maybe that will come next week, so I have time to like start on the garage. So it won't be it'll be a home decor DIY kind of week next Sunday. Lillian asked, how much did you buy your house for, and how much has it cost you to do the renovating, and what's going to be the resale if you ever sell it? Okay, so great question. We initially put an offer in on our house for the price of $270, and that was like at the very top of our range. The appraisal didn't come back. I'm not gonna give the exact amount just because I feel like people will like literally go try to find our house on Zillow with like information, and I'm kind of like weird about our location and stuff. Like, I don't mind to tell you guys like where we live, but I just don't want anybody like coming to the house. I've had some
weird experiences. Yeah,
with like people following me and stuff, so I try to keep the exact details kind of to a minimum. But we got a few $1,000s off of that because it didn't meet appraisal. So far, I would say with the bathroom, and you have to think about, this also includes the tools. We bought our tools because we knew how much we were going to be using them, and we do plan to, after this house is done, since I am doing content creation regarding this stuff, I don't necessarily think that I'll ever stop doing room makeovers or renovations, or, you know, he's in the Navy, so we don't really even know how much longer we have here. So there could be another hot mess house. I don't really know. So you have to keep in mind that the number that I'm about to give that we have spent so far includes almost all of our tools. And you don't have to have the tools. You can rent them.
Yeah. We literally only had one screwdriver moving here.
Yeah, and we had a drill. We had a drill and a hammer. That was it.
Yeah.
So like we had
a screwdriver.
I don't know. But we had like basically nothing. So I would say we have now spent close to around $10,000 on the house. A10 asks, how old is your house? So we're not going to give the exact year it was built just because, you know, whatever. But it was in the 70s. So how old does that make this house?
In the 50s.
Yeah, so it's like somewhere in the 50s. Okay. Blake asks, my question is, would you want to have a meetup / help with the project for people who live close by? So I've actually got a few people that have asked me this, and although I would love that, I don't think I have time to do it right now. Unfortunately, this house and content creation literally takes up all of my time. Like, I don't even really have time to do anything else. If we got to stay here and the house was done, then I would definitely consider like taking on design clients, and maybe even like going to some subscribers' houses and doing some like little budget renovations there. I think that would be really, really fun. But for now, I don't think I have time, which is very unfortunate. Also, if you do live in the Hampton Roads area and you ever see us out, please feel free to come say hi to us, because we do want to like meet you guys. I know I have a lot of subscribers and followers on TikTok that are from the area, so if you ever do see us out, please make sure to come say hi. Yeah.
We're actually really friendly, I promise.
Yeah. We're a little crazy, but. M. Gill says, in your Q&A, can you do a full intro to who you are, like age, state, where you got your skills? Awesome job. Thank you. So yeah, I'll kind of just do a little bit about me, and then I'll let Dustin give you a little bit about him. I am Lexi, obviously.
The best.
Thanks, babe. I'm 26, and I am from Virginia, originally from Northern Virginia, and we live in Chesapeake, Virginia right now. And honestly, I got all my skills from YouTube University.
Dustin Combs, 26, and from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
Ding. I mean,
if there's any other specifics you want to know about us personally, please let us know, because we're not very good at.
Well, because like I don't know, what do you?
There's
want to
so
know
many
about
things
us?
you could say,
Yeah.
right?
And we do have a furniture contractor who will reach out to every now and again. But as far as learning things, YouTube.
Shout out to Justin, because he's really been helping a lot when we have any like little questions. We've probably called him like a million times, so shout out to you. Okay, question from Jamie. How do you plan to put your shower products in the shower? That little spot to put soap, etc. Is it really small for all the toiletries? I don't know, like shampoo and conditioner. And she said basically like, not a criticism, she's just asking. So yeah, we don't really like a lot of clutter. I try to keep it to a minimum, which is why our house right now is like seriously driving both of us insane. But basically, me and Dustin will just like consolidate and put, like we'll share the same shampoo and like face wash and body wash, because like sometimes we do anyway. So it's not really that big of a deal. And then like if there's extra stuff that we want to put in there, then I don't really know. We'll keep you updated on that. Lisa Ann asks, how were you attracted to DIYs? I'm assuming she's saying from when you were younger. So yes, I was always like a very creative kid. I like to do art. My grandfather was an artist actually. And my mom told me this the other day. I had kind of known, but I didn't really think about it too much. My grandy actually built like a lot of their house and like did all this stuff in their house, like obviously before I was even born, like while my parents were, like while my mom was growing up. But yeah, so I watched him be like very creative and have like this whole creative outlet. And so I always just like loved art class, loved all that stuff. And I really liked design from a young age too. Like I would always want to redo my room. When I moved out, I just like fell in love with being able to put a space together, because I really think that your environment really like plays a lot of how you feel and how you do in life. Like if you have a relaxing space to go home to that you feel like really in love with, then I feel like you get more well rested, and you know what I mean? Rather than coming home to like your house that's like all crazy and whatever. So that's a big thing, but I have always just liked doing stuff on my own and learning how to do new things. I'm also so ADD that like I can't stick to one thing at a time. That's why renovating has been so fun for us, because like it's never the same. It's always challenging, but it's never the same. So, yeah.
She is super, super creative.
Thanks, babe.
Nonstop.
This is the last question from Shy Kyla. Did I say it correctly? I hope that I said that correctly. How would you say that? Shakila? Shakila? I think one of those is the I can't talk.
Correct pronunciation.
Yeah, correct pronunciation, but I'm really sorry if I just said your name like super wrong. I promise I just can't read, as we've seen many times in this video. And this is the last question. It's how did you guys meet? You can take it away on this, buddy.
So as Lexi had mentioned earlier, she went to the University of Louisville. And I'm from Louisville. So whenever she had decided to move there and move into the, what's it called?
It's called the Arch now, but it was called the Grove then.
Oh, well, I was talking about like
My apartment.
dorm.
Yeah, it was like it was an apartment dorm situation. Student housing.
I never went to college, I don't know. But, so whenever she decided to move into student housing, she had asked my brother for help moving, and I was in town at the time, so I had said like I wouldn't mind helping, and next thing you know, I met my lovely wife, who just had shoulder surgery and yelled at me because I slammed on the brakes thinking I was a cool kid. Don't do that, don't recommend it.
And also, so his brother was on my cheerleading team, and like we were all like best buds, like all hanging out all the time. But Dustin was living in Florida, so like that was the first time I ever met him. But the first time we actually ever like really got to hang out was when he had come back into town. That was like our first kind of date. It wasn't meant to be a date, but it kind of turned into that.
I was too scared to make any moves, so go me. Shout out to Lexi for being the boss.
Oh, that's funny. Thank you so much for 100K and for being a hot mess, homie. And until next time, bye!